What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing a Oklahoma City Thunder realistic rebuild. Before we go any further in the video, make sure to hit that like button right now. Do it right now. Let's try to get over 100 likes. And of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's 67% of you after watching this video and you aren't subscribed. Change that right now. Yes, I'm looking at you. But we're doing an Oklahoma City Thunder realistic rebuild, like I said. And to be honest, I'm kind of dreading this one because I just don't even know where the Thunder are going from here. I mean, the team is really good right now. And honestly, I kind of expected this team to be like a rebuilding team, like before the season started. Like, I knew they had some good players and I knew they could have been good. But then I was like, you know, the Thunder should probably try to trade Chris Paul, Steven Adams, Danilo Gallinari, maybe even Dennis Schroeder, and just build around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But they've done the opposite and have been great, 33-22, and can potentially upset someone in the first round. Potentially, big potentially. But I like this team a lot. I'm just definitely nervous, like how I want to go about this rebuild, because this is realistic, so I have to try to be as realistic as possible. Is anyone going to trade for Chris Paul in the offseason? I do know one thing, what I'm going to do for Danilo Gallinari, but I'll address that in the offseason. And then, like, who's going to take Steven Adams? I just don't know. I don't have ideas in my head right now, but we will try to get as creative as possible and build this team as realistic as possible. One thing I do know is we do have a lot of first round picks, which is going to be awesome. End of season number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the most valuable player. John Morant is your rookie of the year. Dennis Schroeder is your 6th man. Kawhi is defensive player. And Bam Adebayo is your most improved. And Mike Budenholzer is your coach of the year. As we all know, say it every video, those are usually the same since it started today, but we went 51-31. Here's the rotation just in case you need a recap. Chris Paul, Shai, Ferguson, Gallinari, Adams, Schroeder off the bench, Jones as well, Mike Muscala, and Abel Nader. So I did go ahead and send Basley to the G League for the rest of the season. I don't know if it's going to help too much, but Roberson is back from his injury, but I just don't even know what is going on with this guy. I don't know why he's not playing or what's up with them, so I'm going to leave him out of the rotation. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate this current. Actually, let's look at the stats real quick. That way we're all on the same page there. And then the Thunder, 20 points. So Chris Paul had himself a great season. And what I think I'm going to do is actually, we'll just talk about it when we get in the offseason. Let's just see if we can beat the Denver Nuggets, like upset them potentially. I doubt it, but you never know. They're up 1-0 to start, up 2-0, okay, actually, we even it up, 2-2. 3-2 for them. Do we lose in 6? Yes, we do. Okay, so that's fine. Reject these and go to the draft lottery. And obviously, we're probably not going to have a crazy pick this year, but we do end up with the 21st pick overall via Denver for that Jeremy Grant trade. And we also end up having the 20th pick. Do we have any other pick? Don't think so. Okay, so that's all right. So now, staff signing. Billy Donovan, I think I'm actually going to keep him around. I mean, he's obviously coached this team up pretty well. I will get a different assistant because I just always do, just to be safe. So we'll go ahead and get a different assistant. The trainer is actually an A, so I'll leave him. But we have 2 draft picks, which, as we know, we want to get young with this team. So I'm definitely going to be drafting here. So we have 2 back-to-back picks. So hopefully we can get like a couple steals, late in the draft. But I will say, basically my plan is what I'm going to do. Realistically, trading Chris Paul is going to be tough. It just is for the Thunder. I just don't know who's going to take him, and obviously he played pretty good for us. So I think my plan is, I'm going to try to get the team like a little young, basically around like Shai, but then keep Chris Paul at the same time until like he has 1 year left of his contract, and then we can trade him maybe. We'll see how I want to do it. But for now, we have these 2 draft picks, so let's go ahead and see what we can get back to back at 20 and 21. So hopefully something decent can fall to us. We got Jay McDaniels. That's a perfect player that we could use right now at 3 and D. Definitely love that idea. We're gonna go Jay McDaniels here out of Washington. I don't know about 3 and D. I don't really know enough about Jay McDaniels, but I know he's a decent small forward on here. So I'm happy with that pick. Let's see what we can get for number 21 now. And then I think Jay McDaniels is 78 as long as his draft class hasn't been updated. And I do want to draft a center for the future. So I do see Dante, which actually wouldn't be bad. Or there's Oturu. Let's see what else there is. I know somebody's been begging me to draft. I forgot what their name was now. Jordan Naward or something like that. I don't see him, do I? Do I see him? Oh, he's right there. I really need a center though. I will draft him eventually. I don't know how good he actually is. I would draft him, but I really need a center because I'm probably going to trade Steven Adams. So yes, eventually the guy that's been commenting, I forgot your name now, I will draft this guy. I didn't know what draft class he was in, but I will draft him. but I'm gonna get Dante for now and call that good because we need a center. So I'm gonna sim to the end, or we could try to trade in and draft Nora as well. I mean, I might try something like that. We could try that. You know what? We could try that. Let's see. For pick number 22, who's next? That's a second round pick. Let's see what else we can do. Number 22, just for you, if I can get this to happen. Let's see. 22 is the Heat. I'll offer my second round pick, and I'll also offer I mean, Abel Nader or Isaiah Roby. Let's see. I don't know if they're gonna do this. Mike Muscala, Basley. Yeah, this is probably gonna be impossible. I'll offer Isaiah Roby and see if they'll do this. They want a couple 3 seconds and they'll give me a unprotected first. That's kind of weird if you ask me. That's probably not gonna be a real trade that would happen. I will offer you like all this for a first though. And okay, so we're cool with that. And now we have another first here. So just for you, I'll go ahead and draft Jordan Nwora. I have no idea how good this guy actually is, but just because you've been begging me to draft him in the last couple of videos, I'll do it. So we got him, and then he is a 74. Yeah, so not too bad. We did just trade 3 seconds, get another first round pick. I'm okay with that. Abel Nader, Hamdou Diallo. And then as far as qualifying offers are concerned, Duarts, Burton, I really don't care for any of these guys. We're not gonna really worry about them, but free agency is upon us now. So we got negative $52 million. Danilo Gallinari, I do want to get him back in a sign and trade scenario, honestly. Noel, I wouldn't mind back, and we're not gonna worry about Andre Robertson. So I definitely want to do a sign and trade with Danilo Gallinari, but I think I'm gonna keep Chris Paul for now, just because I feel like there might be a team out there that would grab him. Maybe Milwaukee, maybe there's some other desperate team I'm not thinking about, but I just can't think of a trade scenario for him right now. So I'm going to keep him for now. I'm cool with our small forwards. I'm going to go ahead and roll with Jordan and Jay McDaniels there. And then power forward is Basley, so we kind of need a power forward. Then Dante, we could go ahead and like maybe groom him for a year, like send him to the G League or something, and then trade Steven Adams with the trade deadline. But one thing is for sure, I want to go ahead and maybe experiment. I do want to keep Dennis Schroeder, maybe. He's got a 1-year contract, but he's so good off the bench for us. So let's see what's out there for Steven Adams, but I don't mind keeping him if we Brandon Clark and Gorge Dang. Let's see what else we got. Randall, Kuzma, Kleba, Miles Turner. This could be interesting. Actually, I'm actually probably gonna wait till the trade deadline to trade Steven Adams, but I know one thing is for sure I want to do is I do want to do a sign and trade with Danilo Gallinari. I just want to get him back and then trade him to like some team for like a first round pick, and then I think I'll be good with that. So if we can just get Danilo Gallinari right now, and I'll probably sign a couple of other bench players, of course, and then we're gonna trade Gallinari right away, just because I feel like that is a situation that would probably happen this offseason, that like a sign and trade thing would probably happen with Gallinari. But look at all these first round picks. We have 2 going into next year, and then we have the Clippers pick. Man, look at all these first round picks, man. That's awesome. All right, so let's see if we can get another one for Danilo Gallinari. So I would prefer like a first round pick and a young player, or both. I don't actually, this trade isn't bad. We get a young player, Malik Monk. That's not a bad trade, and the Hornets get Gallinari. I might come back to this one, maybe. We'll see. Bojan Bogdanovic and Tony Bradley, Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, and KCP. I feel like I've gotten Kyle Kuzma a ton before. I don't want to do that. Bol and Gary Harris, that gives us a 25-year-old shooting guard. We do get Bol, but he just becomes so ridiculous in this game that it's like stupid unrealistic. Really, I want a first round pick. I really just wanted a first round pick for him, but I'm not really seeing that. If we could go to Dallas and see if they could give me like, let's say I wanted Tim Hardaway just for the season because he'll expire anyway. I'll give you Gallinari, and you give me like I don't know. I guess they can't really trade their first, can they? All right, so never mind. I can't really do that because they can't trade their first. Let me see if I can go back to this Hornets trade, and let's see if I can squeeze like a pick out of them. Let's say like 2023, like unprotected. Let's see if they would do this. I don't know that they would. No, they're not going to. Do I have another second I can throw in? And no. Okay, so I actually like the idea of getting a young player in Malik Monk, who could probably come off the bench for the future. I do really want a first round pick for him, but I'm not really seeing anything crazy. Zach Collins and Gary Trent, actually. The Blazers could want like a power forward in Gallinari. I actually like this trade a lot. The Blazers are really high on Zach Collins and probably Gary Trent Jr., but yeah, I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this trade. I'm gonna get Zach Collins and Gary Trent Jr. That's gonna be 2 nice young players coming to our team. So just like that, as a Blazers fan, I know that they do value those guys, but I'm happy with that. I think we're gonna roll with this for season number 2. I think this is what we're gonna roll with. So I think I will start the trade deadline, of course, to make a couple of trades for like some of these guys. Well, obviously Chris Paul is still an option. We're probably gonna trade Steven Adams, and then maybe even Dennis Schroeder, depending on what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and simulate to the end of season number 2, and let's just see how this team does in season number 2. At the end of season number 2, Stephen Curry is your MVP. LaMelo Ball is your rookie of the year on the Chicago Bulls. Schroeder once again is your 6th man of the year. Kawhi Leonard defensive player, and Kristaps Porzingis is your most improved, and coach of the year goes to Steve Kerr. So I decided not to change anything in the trade deadline because the team was so good, and I'll just do a sign and trade thing with Steven Adams this offseason, and we'll look to trade Chris Paul potentially. We'll see how that goes. But here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team, and then here's your All-Defense first team and All-Defense second team. But I did extend Dennis Schroeder just because that bench scoring is so valuable that I wanted to keep him around. So when you look at our recapped salary cap table, now Schroeder is extended, you know, through 2023, 2024, so we can choose to trade him eventually if we need to, but he's definitely earned his contract for what he brings off the bench here. So we will look at the stats here in a second. Then Adams actually was having a really good season for us as well. But once again, we will have his bird rights, so I'm just gonna, you know, trade him in the offseason. So 21 points for Schroeder, 19 from CP3, and 8 assists. Shea with 15, and Jamie Daniels with 15. So yeah, and then 14 and 14 from Steven Adams. So not too bad at all. The team did all right, and we're just gonna see how we do in these playoffs. This was the rotation: Paul, Shea, Jamie Daniels, Collins, Steven Adams, Schroeder, Gary Trent, Dante, and Nwora. So not too bad, but now we get to play the Portland Trail Blazers in the first round. But this time it's not Lillard versus Westbrook. It's just Shea, Chris Paul versus Westbrook, and CJ, or versus Lillard and McCollum. Can we beat them? They do even it up. We're up 3-2, I imagine. And can we win in 6? We do. So we are on to the second round. So already better than last season, which is good news. Now I get to play the Dallas Mavericks. Let's see if we can beat them. We're up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. 3-1. I mean, I imagine we're not going to blow a 3-0 lead, right, 2K? Okay, so we're in the Western Conference Finals with this team. Interesting. Let's simulate current round. They're up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. No way. No way. We're going to a game 7. Oh my gosh, we could get to the NBA Finals with this team. Whoa, I was not expecting that. Okay, so we start out hot, and now the Warriors, no freaking way. We actually made it to the NBA Finals. 27-5-10. 19-2-6, 18-2-3, 16-14. Man, okay. Atlanta Hawks here. Can we beat them for the championship? We're up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. Oh my gosh. All right, so it is a definitely interesting series we got. So we are tied at 2 right now. Can we win in game 5? And we barely lose 124-123. Okay, let's see if we can get them in game 6. We got to force a game 7 and then go back home to the Chesapeake Energy Arena, and we do lose 111-116. So the fact that we got them to the NBA Finals is great, but I wasn't going to jump in because this isn't going to be the final season. Miami Heat, let's go. Oh my gosh, great news. If we could jump up to number 1 right now, that would be awesome. We jump up to number 3. Let's go. Okay, so we're number 3. Staff signing. We got Billy Donovan just became a... Yeah, we're going to get Billy Donovan back. I feel like he'd be extended after what we've done the last couple of seasons. So I'm going to get my trainer back as well. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go to the draft. So we jumped up to number 3 overall. Really who I want, who would be awesome. Actually, you know, I'm cool with anyone really. I mean, let's see. I know there's Cade Cunningham in this draft. Let's see what what do I want to do? Prospect scouting, mock drafts. That's what I'm trying to look at. There it is. Okay. So Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Terrence Clark. So I mean, I'd be okay with walking away with Jalen Green or Terrence Clark. Honestly, I would like Cade Cunningham the most. I could trade up and grab him if I, you know, let's see. As far as players I have under contract right now, yeah, there's nobody I really want to trade. I do want to keep Dennis Schroeder around, and then Nwora. Yeah, so we're gonna keep that core. So let's just see if we can get lucky. Let's see if number 1 they don't take Cade Cunningham. If they don't, I'm trading up for number 2 if I can. I don't know if I can. Okay, so they did. So I figured they would. So let's see what the Knicks do. So we'll draft a shooting guard, and then we'll probably move Shea back to point guard. Maybe we'll see. I'm not sure we're gonna do there, but Cade Cunningham. And then let's see what the Knicks decide to do. They go ahead and draft Evan Mobley. So we have the choice between Jalen Green and Terrence Clark, I think. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and see which one would be the better prospect to grab. I actually, if I'm honest with you, I have no idea who's better in real life. But we have a small forward already, so I don't want to do that. Jalen Johnson, I feel like I got Terrence Clark in the last video in the before, so I think I'm gonna take Jalen Johnson to change it up. And then I don't know where this other pick falls, but it's 25. Okay, so let's see if we can get something decent down here. Scotty Lewis I know is decent, so yeah, we're gonna swim to the end on that. Did I make a mistake? Jalen Johnson 79 and Clark 79, so yeah, they're both good, so I'm cool with that. So welcome to team Jalen Johnson. I knew I took Clark in a couple of videos, or maybe a while ago. I guess Jalen Green would have been good too. I didn't even notice that, but that's all right. So rookie signing, we'll sign Jalen Johnson and Scotty Lewis. And then player options, Chris Paul accepts, of course. Why would he not? And then we get Shea back. And then qualifying offers, Dortz. Are any of these guys important? Gary Trent and Zach Collins, maybe. Hamdou Diallo, I guess dunk contest champion, you know, in the past, maybe might be important in a way. But as far as free agency is concerned, we all know the man I want back, actually the man I want to sign and trade, is Steven Adams. I definitely would love to get Gary Trent back if I can. We'll see. Then Zach Collins wouldn't mind back either, potentially. But for right now, we have Chris Paul under contract, and then we just drafted Jalen Johnson. We have Schroeder. So what I want to basically do is I want to run with the backcourt of Shea and Jalen Johnson. I think it is time to probably get rid of Chris Paul now. Although he's been good for us, he's got 1 year left on his contract. I think this is a time we could trade him back to LA. I think this is my favorite trade, honestly, as far as realism is concerned. And even then, I don't know if this is crazy realistic. Chris Paul trades are so tough. That's why I was dreading this video, but I am going to trade him. I'm going to get Montrezl Harrell and Andrew Shamet, and the Clippers are going to get Chris Paul back. So yeah, I don't know what their team's looking like right now. Let's go look. And yeah, obviously they need to resign a couple of players like Kawhi, and if they're able to get Chris Paul, Kawhi, Paul George back, that'd be a nice team, but we got rid of him. So another thing I want to do, of course, is do a sign and trade with Steven Adams. Actually, he only wants 19 mil. That's actually not too bad. That's probably what the market would be for him, but I'm gonna give him a 3-year contract, and we're gonna do a sign and trade with him as well. And then Gary Trent, I do want to get him back eventually as well, but we'll sign Steven Adams. I don't think we have a ton of cap space this offseason anyway to do anything crazy, so I'm gonna sign Steven Adams back on the bird rights. And then can we afford Bam Adebayo? Did it just say that? Wait, how much money do we have? We have 23 mil. I didn't even realize. I guess getting rid of Chris Paul definitely opened up things. But now that we got Steven Adams back, we can go ahead and flip Steven Adams for just anything, honestly. I will take PJ Washington and Rozier, Bogdan, Christian Wood, and Dion, Larry Nance, Sabonis, Jackson Hayes, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Covington, Murray, Rubio, Nurkic, Wiggs in a first. And then Wiggs in a first actually is not bad. I really don't want Wiggins, to be honest. And yeah, they can't take him. Honestly, I really don't want Wiggins on this team because there's just really no room for him, but it's not a bad trade. The Wizards would give me Thomas Bryant and Brendan Forbes. That actually might be an all right trade. Just to get rid of Steven Adams for now. Maybe I could have just let him walk, but I mean, this is value to say the least. Can I get a second out of you as well? Yeah, never mind. Let's just go to the original trade. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get Thomas Bryant. So that's more center depth that we basically don't need, but we got rid of Steven Adams. So what we're gonna do is probably move Shea back to point guard, and then Jay McDaniels is gonna keep at small forward. So Shea's gonna go back to point guard, and then Shea and Dennis Schroeder are gonna run the point guard. We got Jalen Johnson, Schroeder, Shea, Jalen Johnson, Landry Shamet, Jay McDaniels, Nwora, Basley, Montrezl Harrell, Thomas Bryant, and Dante. So now that we got all those guys, is there anything? It's crazy that I can afford Bam Adebayo, honestly, but I just don't envision getting him. But I do want to I want Gary Trent back. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a contract. Zach Collins, I'll give him back on his qualifying offer if he comes back on his qualifying offer, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything other than that. So I won't be done probably. I probably will stop at the trade deadline to make some more moves because this team is definitely not done at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the trade deadline and we are 29 and 23 right now, but I planned for this to be a good trade deadline because I had so many assets acquired in free agency where we're so deep right now that I could basically pull a trade and get, and of course we have a bunch of first round picks as well, that helps. So we can basically try to trade for a superstar who's disgruntled. So we have the Pelicans who are selling. Obviously getting Zion would be kind of crazy. The Nuggets are selling, so getting Jokic would be crazy as well. But Jamal Murray, I'm kind of looking for a guard here. That's what I think I kind of want. Donovan Mitchell seems like a guy that would fit nicely, and it would be on like the same timeline as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I definitely like that idea as well. The Nuggets are selling, so like Jokic would be cool. I'm not gonna lie, like that would be awesome. But there's also the Wizards who are selling for Bradley Beal, which is somebody that we could get as well. But what I'm going to try to do, we're 29-23. I'm going to try to place the point guard. Dennis Schroeder is currently starting for us right now. It wasn't my long-term thing. He's not bad, but I definitely either want to keep him off the bench or we'll see how that can go. But I want to get obviously someone better. So let's go to the Jazz, who are bad right now. So let's try to snag Donovan Mitchell from them just because they're horrible. So Montrezl Harrell. And then I'll also offer, let's say we have so much that we could offer, honestly. Let's say I gave you Landry Shamet as well. So basically, when you think about it, is if these players are so upset, they could potentially request a trade. So let's just say, for instance, Donovan Mitchell is unhappy in Utah. I don't know why he would be. Just stars get unhappy all the time. So let's say he wants out of Utah. Who knows if he would or not, but I'm just going to offer all this. They want to give me Jordan Clarkson, and all I have to do is give you Hamidou Diallo. And this actually, yeah, why not? We're going to get Donovan Mitchell. We're going to do that trade. So, yes, what did I just trade? I don't even know what I just traded. Montrezl Harrell, Landry Shamet, a first-round pick, and Hamidou Diallo. Okay, so I'm cool with that. So we just traded, like, a bunch of picks to get a good guard, which is what I figured what would happen eventually. So now we kind of have another three-headed monster, but we're going to move Shea back to point guard. And then Donovan Mitchell and Shea will be the backcourt of our future, which is nice if you think about it. So Shea, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Jay McDaniels, Dante, Schroeder off the bench still, Clarkson, Basley, and Thomas Bryant. Tell me we can't compete with the best of them. There was a reason I got all this depth in the offseason and traded Steven Adams, because I knew I wanted to trade for a disgruntled star, and we did that. So now this starting five is looking pretty nasty, and I'm excited. So we're going to go ahead and keep simulating and see how the season finishes out. At the end of season number 3, Stephen Curry is your MVP. Jalen Johnson is your rookie of the year. So awesome stuff to see. I don't know why he's not loading in, but there he is. Okay, cool. 6th man of the year goes to Cole Anthony. Defensive player is your Anthony Davis, and Killian Hayes is your most improved on the Magic, and Lloyd Pierce is your coach of the year over in the East on the Atlanta Hawks. Here's your all NBA first team, all NBA second team, and all NBA third team. Chris Paul makes it on the Clippers. Cool. I'm sure he's like the only one there. That's gotta be the only reason why he's doing so good. Maybe no, Kawhi's there too, so never mind. Maybe I'm hating too much. So we definitely could have kept Chris Paul, but I just don't know that would happen. So we are the 4th seed in the West. We're 49-33, but I definitely think we're better than our record shows, because obviously we got a Donovan Mitchell late in the season after the trade deadline. So 22 points, 19 points, 18, 16, 15. How can you stop this? How can you stop this double-digit scoring? You just can't. I don't think you can. So, and then we have Dante 9-10 and getting 2 blocks. So yeah, this bench is nasty. I think we're great. Here's our rotation. I'm gonna look at the proficiency. I don't know what it is right now. It's a balance. We're 3.5. We can go up at perimeter centric, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. So yeah, we're gonna change that to perimeter centric. I don't know if that's gonna change anything for this playoffs, but hopefully we can beat the Mavericks in the first round. So they're up 1-0 to start. Up 2-0. Okay, so that's already off to a very, very bad start. So hopefully we're able to recover from this. And we do not. We're down 3-0. Okay, so interesting. Definitely very interesting. But if this were to happen, if we do end up losing, I'm going to go ahead and turn around and simulate another season. But, there is a chance where we do come back from a 3-0 deficit. Highly unlikely, but you just never know. And we'll see if we can do that. So let's see if we're able to do that. And we might, no, we lose. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and simulate another season with this same team. Basically, there might be a little bit of changes, but relatively going to be the same team. So I'm gonna see you guys in season number 4, and we'll see if we can actually win a championship this time. At the end of season number 4, we end up going 61-21. Let's go look at the player stats and real quick and see what happened. So basically everybody across the board just averaged a lot of points. Like, yeah, we had like everybody was a double-digit scorer. Like 7 players were in double-digit scoring, because there's a lot of scorers on this team. So yeah, everything went well there. 61-21. Let's look at the rotation real quick. So Shea, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Jay McDaniels, Dante, Schroeder off the bench, Clarkson, Basley, Nwora. So yeah, we are pretty damn good. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to win a championship this season. We're 61-21. We get to play the Clippers in the first round. Let's see if we can beat them. We're up 1-0 to start the series. Can we go up 2-0? We do. Can we go up 3-0? Nope. 2-1. All right. 2-2. Okay, let's not do this. 2K. 3-2. When it's 6. Nope. Going to a game 7. Of course we are. Why would we beat them easily? That is something that just can never happen with me. Like, never can happen with me at all. If we lose to the Clippers in the first round, I'm gonna be so... No! Oh my